Everybody, welcome back to another episode of Bearish or Bullish. Now, what is this? Well, first I should introduce myself. I'm Angela Chu, and I'm from Success Options Group, and I'm here with my brother Tony. And like we've talked about it before, what actually is this? It's where we actually get to talk about a financial topic that's actually something that you all want to know about, and give you both sides of the story so that you can actually get to know the details and be able to make a really good decision that's right for you.
Yep, just like Andrew says. So my name's Tony again, and it's the start of the new year, right? And this is our way to help you understand these topics that you're interested in. And we'll have links in the below, and you can sign up for a workshop or sign up for one of our free consultations. That's the best way to get your personal questions asked. But this medium is this is what we're doing to help you understand the hot financial topics you're all worried about. And without further ado, the one we're going to talk about today is the covered call, right? So one of our favorite strategies for our clients, right? Because it's a way to get income from stocks you already own, right? So it is an option strategy. And what makes it great is you're talking about something that starts with a 70-80% possibility of success, right? And you're going to get money. You're going to rent out your stocks that you already own, and you're going to make money. And it's 70-80% likely to happen.
Okay, so when you say that, if you think about it, you're saying you're renting out your stocks. One of the things is that you're renting out your stocks, yes, but part of that is a contract that says that if, since you're renting out this stock, if the contract gets executed, then you have to actually lose the house in a sense, or lose the stock, because by selling the contract, you're saying that, hey, like a covered call, you're saying if you pay me this now, if you want to buy my stock, I will sell it to you at that price. That's pretty much what you're promising. So then you can actually end up having to sell it to somebody else. And if it's something that you actually want to keep long term, that might not be what you want to do.
Right. So, we don't have as much time in this video to go through all the details of options. So selling a covered call does have risk, right? What in the world doesn't have risk, right? Now, that's why I was talking about the 80% probability of success before, right? But when you do, for most people who own stock, right, it's just sitting there and doing nothing, right? And maybe it's a dividend, so you're getting dividends from it. But in general, a lot of people that have this portfolio, it's kind of an asset that you're not gaining anything from the appreciation until you sell, like you were talking about. And this is what we're doing as side income. So it's a way to keep generating returns with a high probability of success. So, going back to what you were kind of talking about, there's possibility you could get assigned where they want to take your stock, but there are ways you can get around that.
Okay, so even if you can get around it, think about it. In order to do a covered call, you have to own the stock, right? Before you can rent it. There are so many other options, possibilities that are also have a very high percentage as well, that, you don't actually have to spend that much. You don't actually have to own the stock, and it's still fairly safe, so that you can actually get a higher ROI. Because think about it, the amount of money that you have to invest to actually buy the stock and then do the covered call versus just doing something like a spread, maybe, the ROI is much different. You get a much lower ROI from a covered call.
Yeah. So, this comes down to portfolio management, right? So it's not what we suggest. And if you sign up for one of those free consultations, we can talk through what works best for you. But the majority of people, it's simple, right? I like to buy and hold companies that I use, right? I buy stocks of products that I use, and I hold them for the long term, right? And they're good companies, might be like an Apple or like a Microsoft or something that I use their products. I enjoy using their products, and they're a good company with good financial backing and good results, right? And that's what makes it simple. Yes, there is a capital investment, right? So to buy a stock, you need to put down capital, right? And that's what the basis of the covered call is you still have to own the stock first. But while I'm already owning it, the covered call is this high probability a way to get additional income from it.
Well, the other thing is, yes, you can get additional income, but it also limits, just how much you can get. Because with a covered call, you're saying that you're willing to sell it, at a certain price. What if the price spikes? That person's going to you miss out on all that extra that you could have gotten if you didn't have a covered call on it, and somebody, you got assigned and somebody else bought it from you. You could have made that extra if for instance, the price spiked.
Yeah. So like most things in life, there is no risk or there's no reward without some amount of risk, right? So, and this is what we'll teach you in workshops, right? Is you'll be able to identify what is a natural variability within your stock, right? So like Apple's like, okay, plus or minus $5, right? So it doesn't move that often unless there's something unexpected. You can't anticipate everything, but like I said, there's still options that you can have. I'm not trying to make a joke there, but yeah, there are still options, other things that you can do to reduce your impact or reduce your liability to losing your stock that you wanted to keep, right? And what it really comes down to is like you have to. There is some work required, right? Nothing comes free. You have to understand a little bit of how far away you should be putting your covered call strike. And like, what's the likelihood of it occurring?
So, you know what? It's really funny because I was just thinking about it. It's something that we talk about a lot with all the people that we work with, is that, you know what? Every strategy could be right or could be wrong for every person, because every person's, situation is different. And while I've been arguing, like all the things that you like, why you don't want to do it, almost every single person that I work with, one of the first thing I teach them to do is do a covered call, because it is one of the safest ways to do it, even if your ROI is small. And, I talk about the negative things, but if you really think about it, even the negative aspects that I was talking about, there are ways to mitigate it. So really, that's why we encourage people to come to our workshops, look into some of our courses, because, these are little things that can help anybody, do more with their money.
Yeah, and I mean, it's basically a brand new year. So everybody is thinking about, how do I start off the new year right? And how do I get the best return on my capital, the best returns on my money? And this leads to other conversations we could have in the future of spreads or cash secured puts or other things that are like good strategies for you as an investor to continue making the ROI that you're looking for, right? And there are things that we teach in these workshops and our training sessions, right? And, I think the best thing for everybody is to keep an open mind. Like, what is available for you out there? And what can you do as an investor to help yourself?
Like Tony said, really, it's about looking at your own personal financial situation and maybe talking to an expert like one of us and figuring out what is actually the right thing for you, because what's right for you might not be the same thing as everybody else. So really, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and definitely look into one of our workshops and come and see us again next time.